السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
I'm fine. Allah Rakha, sir. How are you? How is everything with you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. So, yeah,
So
you need
finally, for relaxation, I just hearing your music, your songs before this session happened. This is something big for me to have you as a legend, the genius, not one of the best musician in the world, Mr. Allah Rakha, RAHMAN, sir.
you're very kind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I want to have a brief, and I will ask you some questions. I know I don't have good Hindi. My English also not that much. My Arabic is very well, but I will not speak in Arabic, but I will speak with you in English, of course. So, Rahman, sir, music don't have any language. You prove that. Music is only one language. It is music. You prove it by your tunes, by your musician, by your stuff, by your albums, by your songs. You had done so many kinds of music: Hindi, Tamil, South, Punjabi, Irani, Arabic, Spanish. So many languages, mashallah. We need to know the unique secret about Rahman, sir, to do this all kind of stuff.
There's no secret. I think I'm from a musical family. You all know that. So, at childhood, my father left early, and when I was very young. So my interest in music started after I started working in the film studios for other composers. Then, because I was doing South Indian film music with other composers, I was more interested in what is the other side. So I was listening to all other kinds of music, world music, and Western classical and Western film music, and Arabic and African and everything. So for me, the palette of sounds and the tunes were actually the whole world rather than just sticking to one culture. And because the culture, the song actually is liked because of the lyrics. If I compose a jazz composition, and if I have a lyric which is connecting to the audience, they don't care what style it is. Sometimes they connect to the song. So that is one of the secrets, because if the lyrics connect to you, you don't see what style it is, or you don't see what. And I embrace everything. I think like how God has made each culture beautiful, and we celebrate each culture, the beliefs, the traditions, the music, the food. I'm open. That's why I suppose.
Rahman, sir, you will not believe that yesterday I had a call from Mr. Dharmendra. He's the legend actor from Bollywood. He called me and he told me, "Congratulations, Hamad, you're having A.R. Rahman in your show." So he also a big fan of you. He's just saying salam to you. So, sir, in school time, most of people, they don't know about your story. Arab people, some Arab people, they don't know that at the age of, I believe in 9 or 10th, your father passed away, and you have the responsibility for your family at that age, in spite of being a child, and also your love of music, that also cost of you your study. Your school study, maybe you didn't complete it because of that responsibility. Can you tell some short story about this, so people, they have the inspiration from this?
Yeah, I told the story 1,000 times, but I'll tell it again.
I know.
The
in
story
different
is,
way.
My father worked in the Malayalam film industry, and he was a composer and assistant, arranger and all that stuff. So he wanted to buy a house for us. Because of that, he worked very hard. He worked in 7 different places at the same time. So his health, and there are many factors, he passed away. So when he passed away, my mom, he had left equipments, musical equipments. Mom had a belief that I will take over and play one day, and we were renting out those equipments. So she said, "Why don't you learn this?" And she guided me into music in a way. And then I started playing for almost 10 years with almost all South Indian composers, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam. And then finally started doing my own compositions on TV commercials. after that, one of the TV commercials became very famous, and one of the relatives, Lok Sharda, my friends, introduced me to Maniratnam. And Maniratnam, for me, is bigger than anything. At that time and even now, is, yeah. And I was very lucky to be in his shadow with the guidance. You know, we did Roja and won all the awards. And by the grace of God, I'm still working, and God bless his health and everything.
Yeah. Absolutely, he's a genius in his work. Sir, I used to be in school time playing on Melodica. If you know, Melodica. It is, yeah. I'm doing the national anthem of my country because I was studying in military school. Then they promote me to accordion. I mean, they're doing that accordion as well. But after that, I couldn't do anything else. Mr. Rahman, you are... Yeah, a little bit. I don't have right now, because I stopped that because I'm doing now movie direction and critic for movies.
What you're doing, directing movie?
Yeah, I'm directing Emirati movies and short movies, and looking forward to do, inshallah, in the future, one international movie.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So, sir, I'm doing that only melodical accordion. After that, I stopped because I cannot do another thing. You, mashallah, at the age of 10 and I think 12, you done all kind of instruments. You mastered them. You mastered them.
I didn't master anything.
No, now you are master. Yeah.
The request for doing things perfectly. So I take time. When you master them, things happen very fast. I take my own sweet time and do things. And yeah, that is a blessing. People are patient with me.
Yeah. That's the blessing, and we know that how you can play in all kind of instruments, and even you invent some of them by your. I don't know what you put, like some sounds, other tabla, or I don't know. This is org, but we hear other sounds, other music, and that. So how you invent that?
I think anything you dig deep, you try to find greater meaning in it, and there's always something new if you just go deeper. And the question is, how much time do you have? When is the release? When do you have to give the music to the music company or the director or the producer? That's always the question. So you find the time. If you have more time, you keep going. If you have less time, you just do something beautiful and give it to them. So when we have more time, when we, like especially last year when Corona happened, lockdown happened, so my close team was always with me, and we were trying many new things. Like we got a robotic player for tablas, not to replace the tabla, but to see how much we can do polyphonic tabla and tabla tarang and all this stuff. So these are the things which, when I have time, I try to go deeper so we can extract more, better things, better miking, better harmony, better sounds, so people get excited.
Wow. Wow. Rahman sir, my experience with you, when I was a teenager, I saw so many movies in the 90s. I heard one song, it's from Tu Hi Mera Dil. Sun le Meenakshi, Tu Hi Mera Dil. When I heard that song at that time, I didn't like it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Before 4 days or 5 days, I heard this song again, and I tried to head doing like this. This looked like fresh for me. Even some songs, maybe in the previous interview with you, I told you that my children, my daughter, when she was 1 year old, Bombay released, and I singing for her Kuchi Kuchi Rakma. So it was very famous for children, and every child born in my home, I sing this song to them. So I want to know all people saying the same thing, that music of Rahman is taking like time and is long lasting. People will remember it forever. So what is that? How you bring that all souls in your side of the music? How come this?
I don't know.
That's a question. You know.
Because I think, first of all, if I work on something, I don't finish things very fast. I take time, I just go back to it again, it's something I'm fond of. And so when I go back to again, it's um, too simplistic. I try to add something and try to arrange something. I have to try to add a new instrument, or there's a new musician who comes and plays something on that. So it evolves, over time. Suppose if the movie is not released for 2 years, it keeps evolving like this. Even the song has been shot, but then the song keeps improving. And most of the times I get a complaint that director says, "Why didn't you give me this before?" I said, "I didn't get that idea then. We had more time, so I was working on it more." So I think it's like there's certain formulaic ideas of song where you know that this is super hit, but then you heard that before, or you feel like you can do much more because of the kind of adulation songs get, and when it's used in movies, the love and appreciation and the care people take to hear something change the life. So I feel like it's important for me to give it as much as I can. So sometimes certain songs are fully loaded with different layers, which you can't get in the first learning, the first hearing. And then when you hear it again and again, it unravels to you. And maybe that may be the reason.
Roja, your first work with Mani Rattam sir, and you told me now about your experience with working with Mr. Mani Rattam, one of the genius director in the Indian film industry. You won national award at the young age, at the first time. And to prove that you have that award because you deserve that, you made Bombay, which is one of the masterpiece in the film industry, music, even in Hindi, even in Tamil, in all languages. Then came Rangila. I want to ask you about your journey from South movies to Bollywood movies, working in Rangila, which is also one of the masterpiece. And I believe when you make that album, you thought about Indian or Hindi people who just stuck on one kind of music. They love only one kind of melodies, one kind of music. How they will welcome this music and this, and they welcome it very well.
But I think the way my sensibilities were, though I think those instincts guided me too, where nothing was planned. And because of the first movie and because of the love we got from the first Roja soundtrack, the expectations were really high there. They didn't expect anything lower than that. So, which is a very good thing. If somebody gets something on the first, and it has to go up, and it won the national award and all the awards. So, the pressure was huge for me. That's why I took time. When other composers were doing 30 movies a year, I was doing 3. And because I was trying to put 30 movies stuff in 3 movies, and to take care on recording and production and how it's going to sound and how to go away from certain things, how to dodge certain things and bring a new sound. In fact, it's still the same kind of thing where you constantly finding new ways to excite yourself, because it should never get boring. If it gets boring for me, it'll get boring for you.
Yeah.
So that's important, and for that you need to be courageous, and you need to have faith in yourself, in humanity, in the listeners.
Wow. But Rangila, indeed, it's one of the different kind of music which happen in Bollywood cinema. I don't call it Bollywood, I call Hindi cinema. All people welcome that music, and something different happen.
Yeah,
And
Rangila,
also,
I have to show about Rangila. I think I happened to work with Ram Gopal Verma, who's was young and daring, fearless, and he was one who trusted his instincts. He was a big music fan, and he loved the music making process with Mehboob and me.